The View implodes while talking about Democrat politicians sweeping Joe Biden's mental health decline under the rug now that it's resurged into public conversation. The battle breaks out because some ladies on the panel, and I bet you can guess who, want to ignore any wrongdoings by the Democrats and remain as Trump deranged as possible. And other ladies on the panel are recognizing that this is actually the biggest scandal probably in American political history, where democracy was essentially overthrown for a period of 4 years, and all the hardship that the American people had to endure could have been prevented if people didn't knowingly and willingly prop up a dead person. As always, like the video and subscribe to the channel. You guys are gonna love this one. There's a clip of Alyssa and Sonny getting catty with each other towards the end. But let's start with Sarah calling out the Democrat Party for blatantly ignoring what the people were saying.
But I do think one thing that really irks me on the left, and I don't really have a lot of faith in the right, so you tend to criticize the people that you line up more, that you care more about, and that would be the Democrats for me. People lost trust in them because the voters were saying there was a concern. There were people across the board saying they had a concern. And the Democrats said, no, 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 over here, look over here. They told the voters what to care about, and they did not listen when the voters said they cared. So these stories come out aren't about beating a dead horse. It's saying if they could have a fair conversation that we heard you, we saw it as they saw it, they'd be gaining some of the voters back to say, okay, we're not going to keep saying that.
Do you agree with that?
Do you think Sonny's going to agree? Or do you think she's going to say something so dumb you probably didn't even know it was possible? But here's what Sarah's not understanding. Here is why they all want to move on and move forward and ignore it completely. Because the Nancy Pelosi's, the Chuck Schumers, the Hakeem Jeffries, the Barack Obamas, they all know this isn't some little cover-up. This is exposing something to the American people that we all knew, but now can't be denied in even the slightest way. That for 4 years, Joe Biden was not the actual president. We have no idea what Joe Biden knew he was signing, what he didn't know he was signing, who was signing things on his behalf. Think about this, right? Joe Biden opposed integration with black kids. Joe Biden opposed gay marriage. But now we're all supposed to believe that Joe Biden, in his heart of hearts, believes that men can become women and that children should be indoctrinated in that philosophy by their teachers against the will of their parents. Joe Biden is now such a staunch supporter of the LGBTQ community that it was his idea to put pride flags on the White House. The entire thing was a farce, and the entire Democrat establishment was complicit in trying to cover it up, telling the American people that their eyes were deceiving them. You know they were lying by how they would exaggerate their explanations. It wasn't just, yeah, Joe Biden's fine, Joe Biden's good. It was, Joe Biden is the sharpest he's ever been. Oh, I've known Joe Biden 50 years and this is the best I've ever seen him. Oh, I can't keep up with Joe Biden. And while they can lie to the American people, that's scandalous. You know who they can't lie to? The leaders of foreign adversaries. Vladimir Putin is meeting this guy. Xi is meeting this guy. And they see that he can't complete sentences. He doesn't know where he's at. And they're going to operate in reality. They're not looking at the American media to clarify whether Joe Biden was mentally fit or not. They could see it. They knew it. And that's why over his presidency, you had China build up and start being more aggressive to Taiwan. You had Russia invade Ukraine. You had Iran feeling emboldened enough to give Hamas the green light to attack Israel. These are real life consequences of our president being not there and the Democrat establishment keeping him there. And because it's that severe, that's why the Democrats are so incessant on trying to move forward and sweep this under the rug and not have to talk about it. Because if they do, it'll reveal they're just as complicit in ruining the lives of the American people and destabilizing global security.